This is Colby, my D&D character. Hi, my name is Seri, and today I would like you to meet him. Colby is a cleric Kenku that works as a detective. A man with an unwavering sense of justice, but no patience for nonsense. He may seem cold and distant, his sharp eyes and blunt demeanor pushing others away, but beneath the hardened exterior lies a heart that cares deeply. Perhaps too deeply. Forming new connections has never been easy for him, and his inability to express himself has cost him more than he'd ever admit. This is why charisma is his weakest stat. Instead, he relies on his intelligence to navigate the dangers of his world, and above all, he is someone who never lets a case go unsolved. Colby comes from Featherwick, a secluded settlement and a place of legends and myths told through music. Nestled high above the ground, his homeland is inaccessible by foot. One must fly or climb to reach it. Inspired by England and the Rito village from The Legend of Zelda, it is home to the Aegithalidae birdfolk, a community known for their traditions and disdain for tea. Despite his cold demeanor, he had a family. His wife, Penelope, and their daughter Daphne, who once filled his life with warmth. He used to be a private investigator, a man who dealt with crimes, frauds, and missing persons, but now he only takes paranormal cases. Why? Let me show you. Colby is called to investigate a peculiar case. His wife, Penelope, has a special request. Her friend just moved into a house where strange things keep happening. Objects moving on their own, unexplained noises at night, a constant feeling of being watched. Penelope was going to stay over until the mystery is solved. Colby, always skeptical of the paranormal, takes the case. Not because he believes in ghosts or demons, but because he wants to prove there's another explanation. Faulty pipes, old wood creaking, maybe even a scam. Nothing he hasn't seen before. Everything has a logical reason. Besides, it's a favor for his wife, he can say no. When he arrives, it's exactly what he expected. An old, rundown house showing signs of decay and structural wear. He investigates every corner with a sharp eye, finding a few odd details. Symbols very visible on the wood, as if someone had tried to carve them and later cover them with varnish. Shut, always in strange patterns, in places where it shouldn't be, almost as if it moved on its own. A persistent smell, hard to identify. Something between burnt and damp. None of this convinces him. To him, they're just coincidences. Traces of a former tenant with peculiar tastes. Hours pass. He decides to take a break. He steps outside to the backyard, leans against an old railing, and lights his pipe. The ritual is almost sacred to him. Tobacco helps him think. As the smoke dissolves into the cold air, he runs through the facts in his mind. Something doesn't add up. Things don't just disappear, they move. The soot isn't in a chimney, it's on the walls, the floors, the corners of the rooms, as if something is walking through the house. Then he remembers the symbols. They weren't just random carvings. One specific design stands out in his mind, one he had seen before in old cold documents. And for the first time in his life, an irrational thought creeps into his mind. What if this isn't a hoax? And then, a scream. Sharp, desperate. His pipe drops to the ground as he spins towards the house. Penelope is inside. Without a second thought, he runs to the door and bursts in. He takes the stairs two at a time. The hallway seems darker than before. He pushes the door open, and he sees her. Penelope is suspended in mid-air. Her beak is open but no sound escapes. Her friend sits frozen on the floor, pressed against the wall, unable to move. Colby takes a step forward, and a low, guttural roar vibrates through the house, a deep sound resonating from nowhere and everywhere. The fireplace in the living room erupts into flames. The fire expands unnaturally, licking the walls, stretching like it's being guided by an unseen force. The shroud on the walls moves, it crawls over the wood, forming dark patterns, spreading like tangled roots. The air becomes thick, suffocating. Colby tries to move, but for an instant, his feet feel cemented to the ground. The flames reach his stairs. The fire isn't spreading like it should. Penelope trembles in the air. Her glassy eyes lock onto Colby's. For a second, her expression changes. She relaxes, just for a moment, like she's suddenly returned to herself. And then, the light flickers one last time. When it stabilizes, Penelope's on the floor, and the house is on fire. A pressure builds in Colby's chest, but he can't process it. He stands there, frozen. His mind knows, his body knows. Penelope's gone. Something watches him from within the flames. He knows, but he doesn't move. He can't move. The flames grow higher around him, and yet he feels no fear, only emptiness. A hand grabs his arm. Colby! Penelope's friend. She grips him tightly, but he doesn't react. His eyes remain fixed on his wife's body. We have to go! She pulls him harder. Colby barely feels his body move, like it doesn't belong to him. But the hand on his arm is firm, desperate, dragging him out of the room. He doesn't remember running down the stairs. He doesn't remember crossing the living room, where the fireplace spews embers laughing in his face. He doesn't remember bursting through the front door. He only remembers the cold, the sudden impact of night air as they step outside, and the fire devouring the house behind them. Penelope's friend collapses to her knees, hands over her face, sobbing. Colby only watches the flames, the shadows dancing within them. Then, their roof caves in. The house is swallowed in an inferno of embers and ash. Colby doesn't move. He doesn't speak. He just stands there, staring at what was once a home, at what once was here. And for the first time in his life, he believes. What do you think? I honestly like him so much I had to order a dice set that reminded me of him. I would like to know though, do you have a D&D character of your own? Please, I'm dying to hear about them. And you know where, right? Exactly. In the comments. Oh, and one more thing. Every comment you leave, Colby himself will be reading and replying. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a great day or night. Bye!